Good afternoon. I'm Diego Castro. Here are the latest stories at this hour. The Senate has wrapped up the second week of the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte. Now, to recap the major developments over the past 3 hearing days, we have with us mobile journalist Merimon Reyes. Merimon, give us the biggest highlights of week 2 of the impeachment trial.
Diego, for week 2 of the impeachment trial, after NBI agent John Mark Calilong, pinresent na rin si NBI Regional Director Attorney Jeremy Lotto, who also laid the factors to consider yung alleged threats of Vice President Sara Duterte against President Bongbong Marcos, President Liza Araneta Marcos, and former House Speaker Martin Romualdez as actual and serious. That includes yung reaction from the supposed recipients of the threats, agencies concerned, yung manner of the utterances and such, and yung toxic relationship supposedly between the VP and the President. Aside from that, ang ilan pa sa mga nailatag din is yung oral arguments naman kahapon between the defense and the prosecution patungkol dito sa request ng PROSEC to subpoena bank and AMLAC records, tax and BIA records of VP Sara and her spouse, Attorney Man Scarpio. Ang nagsalita sa prosecution, si lead prosecutor, Congressman Chel Jokno, na sinasabing the impeachment court has the exclusive, the sole power to decide on evidences na pwedeng ipasok to consider as part of the documentary evidence to be presented during the trial. And sinasabi, etong while may subpoena talaga, may exemption possibly doon sa rules pero hindi raw doon nakapaloob ang impeachment. Lalo't kung may proseso naman na kailangan at maaaring mabuksan o masilip itong records, pasok talaga siya sa usapin na ito. Plus yung nais ng prosecution to go beyond the years of the VP. Ibig sabihin, even yung records niya nung siya ay Davao Vice Mayor, Davao City Mayor, lahat ng mga ito magbibigay daw ng picture to see if VP Sara is fit or unfit to hold the public office. Ito yung sinasabi nilang betrayal of public trust. While on the other hand, ang defense naman si Attorney Michael Powa, sinasabi na ang impeachment ay hindi raw isang magic wand na sa isang wagayway lang, the unlawful becomes lawful, the illegal becomes legal, at nakikita nila may due process ang lahat. Kaya dapat malinaw raw kung para saan ito at kung may nalalabag na batas, hindi siya maaaring gawin. Sinasabi din ng defense, isang fishing expedition ang nais gawin netong prosecution. Diego.
Alright, Merimon, what was supposed to be a relatively quiet day yesterday sa Senate turned into something medyo mainit because si Alan Peter Cayetano, Senator Cayetano and Senator Pia, they slammed NBI Director Melvin Matibag kasi nagkaroon siya ng interview and he did talk about it na iimbestigahan niya, although he did not really directly name names. Ngayon, when they slammed him, nag-react na ba si Director Matibag sa mga sinabi ni Senator Cayetano, both Cayetanos?
Diego, sabi pa nitong magkakapatid na Cayetano, even Senator Robin Padilla, coincidental lang daw ba na buhay ulit itong magiging investigation ng NBI doon sa 2019 SEA Games. Pero ang nasabi kahapon ni Director Melvin Matibag, hindi naman daw ito renewed interest, yung investigation. It just happened so na may mga lumalabas na raw na dokumento which will lead NBI to conduct the investigation. Lahat naman daw ng issue, no matter how small or ordinary it is, lahat ng pumapasok sa NBI at with regards daw sa corruption, and lahat daw ng mga ito ay kanilang iniimbestigahan. Hindi naman daw siya nakikipagbangayan dito kay Senator Alan, and always respectful daw siya sa Senado, sa lahat ng mga senador. Baka raw nagkataon lang na si Senator Alan ang involved dito sa 2019 SEA Games, and sa record ng NBI naman, they will always go where the evidence will be leading them. And malaking bagay din naman daw kung sakaling kakailanganin naman tanungin itong si Senator Alan, baka naman daw sasagot at tutugon naman itong senador.
Well, kasi si Senator Alan Cayetano and Senator Pia stop short of saying na baka ini-intimidate sila in preparation for his upcoming testimony on Tuesday. So, ano ba ang purpose ng testimony ni Attorney Matibag? What will he testify to? Kasi yung first 2 weeks, he had the 2 NBI agents, cybercrime. Kay Director Matibag, ano ba ang sasabihin niya?
Tama, and ni-withdraw na rin ng prosecution yung ilang witnesses kasi
Yes.
pag sinalang pa raw 'to, magiging redundant lang, mauulit lang. Ang nasabi naman ng prosecution pa kahapon ni Congressman Lawrence Defensor from the PROSEC, yung testimonies ni Director Matibag, it will cap off na isasara na nito yung unang article of impeachment na sinalang, yung alleged grave threats. So, he will be testifying yung on the records of the NBI probe, and ito raw yung magpo-prove na may airtight case ang prosecution against the VP plus mayroon daw na labag sa konstitusyon. So, yun lang ang nasabi. Any other details, maririnig na lang talaga natin from Director Matibag himself ngayong paparating na Tuesday.
Alright, si Vice President Duterte, meron siyang certain comments na binigay, no, na wala daw evidence. Ngayon, may mga nagsasabi na nag-violate daw siya ng sub judice rule, no? Ano nga yung tugon ng impeachment court again regarding this?
Diego, ang nasabi dyan ni impeachment court spokesperson Attorney Reggie Tonggol, nasa policy daw ng impeachment court na hindi magmomoto proprio, nahahatol agad kung may paglabag dito or kung magbababa agad o magpapataw ng consequence. Usually daw may formal motion manggagaling sa either of the parties na mayroong concern regarding that. Pero kung sakali man, pwede raw kasing ma-cite for contempt ang taong lalabag sa subjudice rule. Doon kasi sa subjudice rule na ito, iniiwasan na magbigay ng komento that may sway the public perspective, baka may makita ng may guilty at inosente, or pwede rin naman daw silang mag-issue ng admonition or warning dito kay VP Sara. Pero so far, wala pa tayo ulit naririnig mula sa korte tungkol dyan.
Okay, ano pa mga ibang updates from impeachment court spokesperson Reggie Tonggol? Kasi usually at the end of the week, meron siyang recap.
Ang nasabi ni Attorney Tonggol, while itong winidraw na 6 na witnesses, kung nakikita ko kasi 2 days ang nakakain, nakatipid or makakatipid ng 12 days for the first article of impeachment itong trial. Pero hindi pa rin daw talaga masisiguro kasi pwedeng hindi siya nagugol sa article of impeachment 4, pwede naman siyang magugol sa presentation ng evidence at testimonies or witnesses sa iba pang articles of impeachment. Kaya yung isa namang paalala rin daw ni Presiding Officer Senator Jesus Cordero sa mga senator judge na for the interest of time din para makatipid at maayos yung pag-expedite ng trial, iwasan na rin daw ibang mga remarks or komento na walang kinalaman sa procedure nor doon sa documentary evidence.
Okay.
Ang next week, ang mangyayari, Monday, continuation tungkol dito sa pinapasabpina. Depende na lang din daw kung magkakaroon na ng ruling on that day. Pwede rin daw kasi may manghingi pa ng time para pag-aralan pa raw ito at pagnilayan. Tuesday, Director Melvin Matibag, last one for the 4th article of impeachment. And then sa 3rd day, magsa-start na sa next article of impeachment. Patungkol naman ito sa alleged misuse ng confidential funds.
Alright, yan ang gusto ko tanungin, no? Kasi next week mag-wrap up na nga, no? If you can confirm this, no? Mag-wrap up na ang prosecution sa Article 4 of the impeachment. Ngayon, pag nag-wrap up sila, may closing statement na ba ito for Article 4 or will they complete all the articles first before they have a closing statement?
Ang huling nakuha kasi natin regarding that, tuloy na agad sa presentation nila ng susunod. So, pero ang nakikita rin kasi dito, baka lang naman daw, Director Matibag, Tuesday, pero kung kunwari kakapusin ng oras, may extend siya the next day. So, may fluidity pa rin sa magiging schedule. Pero
okay.
so far, ang plano pa rin, after ni Matibag, sarado na yung 4th article of impeachment, alleged grave threats, move forward naman na sila sa next na testigong ipepresenta ang prosecution tungkol naman sa alleged misuse ng public or confidential funds.
Okay, well, sige Merimon, keep us updated kung may pagbabago. But for now, thank you for that, mobile journalist Merimon Reyes. Alright, water over in Angat Dam is still below critical level, which could put at risk supply in Metro Manila households. That and other stories from Mobile Journal Amy Atienza.
Angat Dam continues to fall below the 160-meter critical level as the country braces for the El Nino phenomenon. On July 15, Angat Dam's water level fell further to 155.98 meters from the previous day's 156.34 meters. Note that the reservoir's normal water level should be at 210 meters. An official from Maynilad admits that the southwest monsoon and future rainfalls will not make any difference to replenish Angat Dam.
Sobrang natuyo po yung lupa dun sa watershed. So whatever rains that will be happening in the next few days, that will allow us lang po na to saturate muna yung soil, and then after that dun lang po magkakaroon ng inflow, significant inflow dun sa ating watershed to be stored dun sa dam.
Another official from the West Zone concessionaire assures customers supply remains normal but urges mindfulness in consuming water.
Prioritize po natin yung ating paggamit ng tubig for essential needs talaga. So yung syempre hindi naman tayo dapat na magtipid to the point na i-compromise natin ang ating kalusugan at kalinisan. So hindi po ganun. Ensure lang natin na yung ating pangangailangan.
Meantime, the Department of Labor and Employment has moved to July 25 the implementation of the first tranche of the 85 peso minimum wage hike in Metro Manila. Minimum wage earners will get an additional 60 pesos starting next week. Tranche 2, which adds 25 pesos more in workers' daily take-home pay, will take effect on January 20, 2027. DOLE Secretary Francis Tolentino explained the official wage order was only published on July 9 and will only be effective 15 days after publication. And the live-in partner of slain American marine biologist Kent Carpenter is now one of two persons of interest in the case. Carpenter was killed inside his home in Negros Oriental on July 12. His live-in partner initially claimed having been sexually assaulted during the incident, but police has yet to find evidence of such incident.
We already subjected her to for vaginal swab na it yielded negative po, negative. Po sa kiniklaim niya na she was sexually assaulted, it is still under investigation po. Kasi wala pa po nagpo-prove po. Hindi po natin masabi po na siya ay involved po. Basta po sa ngayon po, since she was left alive, probably po baka kilala or kilala siya ng mga suspects, tapos baka hindi lang po niya kilala yung mga suspect. Parang ganun po. We are considering those angles po.
Also named person of interest is the sister of Carpenter's partner. For now, police are not seeing his job as marine biologist as motive for the murder. Carpenter's colleagues are now demanding justice. The Advocates of Science and Technology for the People, or AGHAM, emphasizes Carpenter's role in protecting Verde Island passage from several gas projects, while Father Edwin Garrigues of the Protect the Verde Island Passage group calls for the protection of environmental defenders like Carpenter who dedicate their lives for science and the community. Kapatid Amy Atienza, VR 1 News.
Actress Angel Locsin has publicly called on Senator Robin Padilla to stand by the principles she said he once embodied. In a lengthy social media post, Locsin said she was glad to see what she described as the old Robin Padilla and appreciated his honesty. She also questioned why the senator did not defend her when she was red-tagged despite knowing the allegations were false. The actress said many Filipinos voted for Padilla, expecting him to be a strong voice for the Muslim community, but questioned why he appears to defend detained Kingdom of Jesus Christ founder Apollo Kibuloy more strongly. Locsin also expressed disappointment over Padilla's stance on China, saying it does not reflect the patriotic person she once knew and admired. She ended her statement by urging the senator to wake up, saying it is not too late to change. Angel's statement comes after Padilla said he is a communist while questioning the testimony of NBI Bangsamoro Regional Director Jeremy Lotto. That's during day 5 of the Duterte impeachment trial. Shifting over to sports, the National Collegiate Athletics Association officially signed a blockbuster 2-season broadcast partnership with leading sports broadcaster Signal TV. Mobile journalist Denise Valdez-Sancho will tell us more.
The National Collegiate Athletic Association has found a new home. Beginning with season 102 this September, Signal will serve as the official broadcast partner of the country's oldest collegiate league, marking a new chapter for NCAA sports. The partnership was formalized during a contract signing attended by MediaQuest Chairman Manuel V. Pangilinan, MediaQuest President and CEO Victorico P. Vargas, Signal Officer in Charge Christopher Lizo, NCAA Policy Board President Father Aloysius Maranan of host school San Beda University, along with NCAA officials Dr. Jose Paulo Campos of Lyceum of the Philippines University and Dr. Doji Maestro Campo of Mapua University.
At least for Metro Manila, the last remaining collegiate tournament that we don't cover, no? And of course, I'm biased because San Beda is part of the NCAA. So that's additional motivation to do it. So we're glad that we're fortunate to be part of the NCAA.
MVP said adding the NCAA completes Signal's growing sports portfolio while providing a bigger stage for the country's next generation of athletes. Under the two-season agreement, Signal will deliver live coverage of men's basketball, women's volleyball, and the NCAA cheerleading competition across free TV, pay TV, digital streaming, and social media.
We believe that Signal has given us confidence that they will provide the best platform for the NCAA, and we are mutually collaborative in this effort that NCAA will be able to reach out many of our young players, athletes across the country, because of the big reach that Signal can provide for the NCAA.
Beyond its marquee events, Signal will also feature highlights, updates, and news stories on other NCAA sports throughout the season to give more student athletes their moment in the spotlight. San Beda University will host NCAA Season 102 under the theme Strive, Believe, Unite. And with a wider multi-platform reach, the partnership aims to bring NCAA action closer to Filipino fans here and abroad, while continuing to champion the development of the country's future sports stars. Mobile journalist Denise Valdesancho, we are One News.
Join us again at 2 p.m. for the very latest stories. I am Diego Castro. Stay tuned to One News.
This is AP News Minute. The U.S. reimposed a naval blockade on Iran and intensified its airstrikes in retaliation for Tehran's attacks on ships trying to pass through the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. and Iran conflict has shredded the interim deal, risking the region could tip back into all-out war. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche faced tough questions at a Senate confirmation hearing about a fund to compensate President Trump's allies and a tax immunity deal for the president as he seeks Republican support for his nomination. Heavy smoke from wildfires in Canada and Minnesota will blanket the Midwest and Northeast U.S. this week, posing risks from dangerous air pollution. Over 100 wildfires are burning in Canada, with winds carrying the smoke southeast. Visitors to Mozart's hometown can see miniature figures of the composer and his dog as Salzburg celebrates his 270th birthday. However, some of the 50-centimeter tall figures have already been stolen.